Welcome to WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan baseball as the 14-14 Wolverines get set to open up a three-game series against the Cal State Fullerton Titans, who come in with a 10-17 record. Hello everyone, I'm Zachary Linder, along with Coley Hoven. As the Titans get set to bat here in the top of the first, we'll take a look at their starting lineup. They have leading off Caden Connor at first base, Jackson Lyon playing center field batting second, Zach Liu playing third and batting third, Jason Brando playing in left batting cleanup, J.J. Cruz the DH batting fifth, Cole Ehrman batting sixth and catching, Nate Nenkel the right fielder batting seventh, J.T. Naviak playing short batting eighth, batting ninth Jack Haley the second baseman. The starting pitcher for the Wolverines on the mound right now is Connor O'Halloran, coming in with a 3.35 ERA, 3-2 record in 8 starts, with a .219 opposing batting average.
Yeah, O'Halloran has been Michigan's most consistent pitcher so far. He has started 8 games, and like you said, 3.35 ERA in 37 2/3. He's given up 30 hits and 14 walks, but he's also struck out 48 batters. And he was coming into the season, some were viewing him as a number 3, number 4 option, yet here he is starting on a Friday afternoon game because they believe he's the man for the job right now.
Started in the second game of the doubleheader last Saturday, got the win pitching 7 shutout innings, allowing only 4 hits and 2 walks to go along with 8 strikeouts. So he's definitely a guy that the Wolverines like to see on the mound.
Yeah, so that was his second home start against the Hawkeyes. His first home start against Dayton might have been better. He pitched 8 innings, gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits and no walks, struck out 13 batters. So at home this year, he has a 0.60 ERA. Let's see if he can keep that going today.
So Caden Connor, the leadoff batter for Cal State Fullerton, will step in, one of 2 left-handed hitters in the lineup to go against the southpaw for the Wolverines. So you're ready to go here at Ray Fisher Stadium. First pitch comes, and a fastball will get the outside corner for a called strike. Counts 0-1. Connor coming in with a .273 average, has 2 home runs, 18 RBIs. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball gets the outside corner.
Excellent work. He's really placing that fastball on those first 2 pitches. Got a little cut to it, but the ump's calling it.
Gets ahead 0-2, basically throwing the same pitch 2 straight times, gets calls on both of them. Here comes the 0-2. That'll be fouled back. Hits off the top of the press box. Count remains 0-2.
Defensive swing there by Caden, but he's staying in the at bat here.
0-2 again. Line drive out to right field. It'll hang up, and a nice sliding catch by Clark Elliott out in right field to catch a kind of falling line drive, and the leadoff man is retired here at the top of the first.
Yeah, the first baseman right there did a great job squaring that up. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get all of it, a little out in front, and great play by Elliott coming in on that ball, especially with the fade away towards the foul line.
So Jackson Lyon will step in with 1 away. Right-hander pops the first pitch up. It's going to be in foul territory off to the first base side, and it will be caught by the first baseman, Jack Van Remordel, and 2 quick outs here on only 5 pitches.
That's what you like to see. Obviously, he didn't leave that in a place where it could be blasted, and a big swing came up empty there.
So 2 quick outs. That'll bring up Zach Liu, the third baseman for the Titans. 2 outs, no one on. First pitch. That fastball will miss off the outside edge. Count goes to 1-0. First ball he's thrown on the day. So we have 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. That fastball will get the bottom of the zone for a called strike. Hits the outside corner. Count goes to 1-1. Count is even. Delivery. Grounder, chopper, straight up the middle. Back to the pitcher. Quick throw to first. Nice play by O'Halloran. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Wolverines.
That
takes O'Halloran only 8 pitches to set the Titans down in order.
That ball must have popped 15 feet in there, 20 feet in there. That, you probably hit it about 2 feet out in front of the plate, went straight up, dropped straight into O'Halloran's mitt. I was afraid that he waited too long. I thought he maybe should have tried to use his vert there and toss it over.
Yeah, I thought it may have been a risky play, but he still got him by a couple steps. I thought that ball was going to go out to the second baseman. I did not realize there was so much elevation on it.
Yeah, those are Cal State Fullerton's 3 top hitters up there. Also, Jason Brando coming in at the cleanup spot. But O'Halloran was able to fool him a bit with his placement there. Also working very quickly, maybe making them a little uncomfortable, getting them out of rhythm.
Yeah, definitely good pace there. Refreshing to see. So take a look at the Wolverines lineup. They'll have Clark Elliott lead off in right field. Joe Stewart will play center, batting second. Ted Burton, the second baseman, will bat third. Jimmy Overtop, the catcher, will hit cleanup. Riley Bertram in the 5 spot playing short. Tito Flores will DH, batting sixth. Matt Fry will play third and bat seventh. Jack Van Memorial will play first and bat eighth. Jordan Rogers will play left field and serve as the 9-hitter. The starter for the Titans is another left-hander, Tyler Stoltz, coming in 3.89 ERA, 7 appearances, 6 starts. He has a 2-1 record, having thrown 34 2/3 innings. He has a 246 opposing batting average and an impressive 35 strikeouts to only 11 walks.
Yeah, I think the most important stat there is the nearly 35 innings in those 6 starts. Obviously, 1 appearance in relief. But O'Halloran, by comparison, has 8 starts and just 37 innings. This tells you that Stoltz is going to be relied on to go deep into this game. And the numbers, 3.89 ERA, show that he can go through the batting order second, third time and won't see a drop-off in production.
Definitely first game of the 3-game series, you like to reserve the bullpen. Obviously, O'Halloran worked efficiently in the first inning, only taking 8 pitches. Threw 110 pitches in 7 innings his last appearance. So Clark Elliott will step in. The right fielder for the Wolverines will lead off. Like the Titans, the Wolverines have 2 lefties in the lineup. Elliott's one of them. Here comes the first pitch. And that'll be on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1 count.
Didn't like the way that one looked, but I'm sure he'll be ready coming up here. He is the Wolverines' best player, most explosive hitter. Definitely someone to watch today.
342 average for him. As the 0-1 is a fat swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch on the outside corner.
Yeah, that was a good-looking changeup right there. Looked like the air was slowing down its motion, and very fooled Elliott, looking a little silly.
So count goes to 0-2. Here comes the pitch. And another changeup misses up and away. Check swing by Elliott. He does not go, so it's a 1-2 count. Elliott has a 342 average, has 4 home runs, 27 RBIs. He's slugging .559. OPS around 1,000. 1-2 pitch. And swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. Throw will be made to first by Kohlerman. And so Elliott goes down on strikes, 1 away here in the bottom of the first.
I was hoping they could get a little something going with Elliott. Obviously, he's been their best player this year, and really saw it coming after he led the Cape Cod League, Woodback Collegiate Summer League, with a 978 OPS last year in Hyannis. So if Elliott can't get on base, the Wolverines have struggled this year.
So with 1 out, Joe Stewart steps in. The righty will ground the first pitch to short. Play made by Naviak. Throw to first. Just gets Stewart. And so now Stoltz returns the favor, also retiring 2 batters quickly.
Stewart, another one of those guys who's hitting for a high average at 331 this year. He's also got that speed element. He's got 7 stolen bases in 8 attempts. Transfer from Michigan State. He's bringing a veteran presence, and he knows what it's like to win.
So Ted Burton will step in now. The number 3 hitter will foul the first pitch back. Count goes to 0-1, 87-mile-per-hour fastball there. Burton hitting .276 on the year. He has 7 home runs, 32 RBIs, tied for the team lead in home runs in this lineup. The 0-1 pitch will be an off-speed pitch, taken off the outside edge. Count will go even at 1-1.
Yeah, Burton is by no means having a bad season, as you mentioned his stats. But last year he was an All-Big Ten first-team selection with an 1,100 OPS, so he might be shaping back into form here.
1-0 1-1 pitch. Grounder to third. Play will be made by Lou. Throw to first. And so each pitcher retires the side in 8 pitches. As Burton and Stewart both ground out after the Elliott strikeout. We're through 1 here in Ann Arbor. No score.
Yeah, we definitely saw what we thought we were going to see with those two lefties getting on the mound, being efficient, attacking the zone, and letting hitters fall into weak contact, handled expertly by the defenses. No problem there. So who do you think is going to break out for the Wolverines? Any candidates that you see prime for a big game?
I mean, I think the obvious one, I think you look at the top of the lineup. 4 of their first 5 hitters are hitting above 300. Obviously, the top third of the order all went down in order in the bottom of the first. Obviously, you're hoping to see some production out of the bottom third as well. But I think that the top of the order is where the damage most likely will be done.
Yeah, obviously, Jimmy Obertop, hopefully he is a factor. He'll be coming up first in the next inning. But he was an All-Big Ten third-team selection in 2021 after posting a .917 OPS with 11 home runs. So we'll be watching his power stroke throughout the game. I'm also hoping that Joe Stewart can continue his tear later in the game. He was 3 for 9 with 3 walks against Iowa, 500 on base percentage in that series. And he was really the only offensive factor in the loss to Purdue Fort Wayne. Went 2 for 5 with a double and a stolen base on Wednesday.
So top of the second here, it'll be 4-5-6 for Cal State Fullerton. Jason Brando, their left fielder, will lead off, coming in with a .324 average, .912 OPS.
Brando, one of 3 juniors on the squad.
First pitch, off-speed pitch will miss off the outside edge. Count will go to 1-0. First pitch ball, here comes the second pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball down and away that Brando cannot catch up to. Count is now ball and a strike. It's 1-1 count here, no score in the top of the second. Pitch comes. Swing and a miss off speed, 81 miles per hour. Brando on top of it, so mixing up speeds there, O'Halloran. Getting back-to-back swinging strikes, gets ahead in the count at 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses well off the outside edge. Upstairs as well. Count goes even, 2-2.
Brando's a veteran hitter, one of the few on this team. So you'd like to see him take that pitch with his experience in these high-profile counts.
2-2 pitch. And grounded to third. Will be fielded cleanly by Fry. Throw to first. And the throw to Van Remortel will get Brando. So 1 away here, top of the second. First 4 retired by Connor O'Halloran. That'll bring up the DH, J.J. Cruz, the only other lefty in this lineup. Coming in with just a .240 average. He has 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. OPSing .701. You see a major drop-off with this Titans lineup after the first 4. As the first pitch comes, fastball will get the inside corner for a called strike. So that's what you like to see with O'Halloran he's already gotten through the hardest part of the lineup. Hopefully the job just gets easier for him now. The 0-1 pitch will come. It'll be popped up out into shallow center field. It'll be called off by the center fielder, and Joe Stewart will make the play in the outfield. And again, 2 quick outs for O'Halloran.
Yeah, O'Halloran is doing exactly what he wants to do, which is limit his pitch count. He's gone over 100 in 3 of his last 4 starts. So the way he's quickly dispatching these hitters, I'm sure that Eric Baggage loves to see it.
So 2 outs, no one on. Cole Ehrman will step in, shows bunt, takes the first pitch for a called strike. Count will go 0-1. Sophomore hitting only .195 on the season. So the 0-1 will come. It'll be flied out into deep right center. It will not be chased down. It's going to go to the wall, played in by Stewart. And that'll be a stand-up double for Cole Ehrman. So it's a liner out to the wall in right center field. 2-out double, and he's the first base runner for either team here in the top of the second.
Definitely put a good swing on that breaking pitch right in the gap. Nankill, yeah, definitely a pretty looking shot there.
Exit velocity was 95 miles per hour. So it'll be an early scoring opportunity for Nate Nankill, the number 7 hitter for the Titans. Runner on second, 2 outs. First pitch. Fastball misses away, ball 1. 261 average for Nankill. Slugging 402. Obviously, he doesn't need a lot of power here. Base hit probably gets a run in. He only has 1 home run. 1-0 pitch. Comes. Fastball. Gets the outside edge. 1-1. O'Halloran working at about the 87 to 89 range with his fastball. Not overpowering, but he's placing it well. So the count is even at 1-1. Pitch comes. Fastball fouled straight back. Into the net. So O'Halloran will get ahead 1-2. Look to put away the 7 hitter and keep this game scoreless. He's thrown 20 pitches here with 2 outs in the top of the second. The count is 1-2. Pitch comes. Grounded to short. Play is made over to first. And the throw from Bertram will get him. That'll retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors.
Excellent.
1 is left on. We have no score here, middle of the second.
Excellent play by Bertram over there at short. Looked like a line drive. Didn't quite get all of it, but set up a short hop situation for him. Handled it with ease and got the throw over in time.
So we're through 1.5 here. Only 1 hit allowed by O'Halloran. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 coming up for the Wolverines. Bottom of the second. Take a quick look here at the Cal State Fullerton defense. Around the diamond, they have Caden Connor at first, Jack Haley at second, JT Daviak at short, and Zach Liu at third. The outfield from left to right goes Jason Brando, Jackson Lyon, and Nate Nankill. Cole Lerman behind the plate. Tyler Stoltz on the mound. Stoltz with a clean inning in the first.
Yeah, so here we go with Obertop leading it off. The 6'2", 230-pound catcher from St. Louis came in with very high expectations, listed as the number 34 catcher in the Division I Baseball.com preseason rankings, and the number 23 MLB draft prospect in the Big Ten by the same site. Also started on the Buster Posey National Catcher of the Year watch list. Started big, had a huge game against Kansas State, 3 hits on February 19th, and also had a big series against preseason Big Ten favorite Nebraska, but he hasn't really taken off over this past week.
So Obertop will step into the box as Stoltz has completed his warm-ups. Obertop is coming in with a .311 average. It's 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. First pitch. 76-mile-per-hour off-speed pitch will miss off the outside. Count will go 1-0.
If there was ever a guy who was going to hit a moonshot into that softball game going on behind left center fence, it'd be Obertop right here.
Count is 1-0. Fastball will get the outside edge for a called strike. Yeah, the baseball and softball teams are playing simultaneous games all 3 days this weekend. So that game is going on out in left center right now. So count is 1-1 here to the leadoff man in the bottom of the second. He'll miss way outside. Curveball. Count goes to 2-1.
Pretty good control by both pitchers so far, staying in the strike zone. Obviously couldn't pull down that curveball, but I don't expect Stoltz to do that too many times this game.
2-1 pitch. Will be popped up, foul and down the first base line, and it will go out of play. Well out of play. Off to the right side. Count will go even, 2-2.
Looking over at the parking lot, you can see that some people have not been to a Michigan baseball game before and have parked in the first row. That is the foul ball zone, and we will see a broken window today.
My car is not in that row, so we are all good.
I walked here. I'm not taking any chances.
So the count is 2-2. Comes the pitch. That'll be fouled back into the to the back of the parking lot. Couldn't see exactly where it went.
I think it went straight into Linder's car, if I had to say.
Count is still 2-2. Comes the pitch. And it'll be fly ball out to center field, easily playable for Lyon. Straightaway center, he has it. One away here, bottom of the second. So Stoltz has retired the first 4. And the senior Riley Bertram will step in, coming in with a 304 average on the season. The last of the 4 Wolverine hitters to be above 300 in this lineup.
Yeah, 6 foot, 185 pounder out of Zionsville, Indiana. Right-handed hitter. All academic Big Ten. He was a communications major last year.
First pitch, and that'll be a fastball off the outside. So the count will go 1-0. We see Stoltz working a lot more away here early to these right-handed hitters. Not really trying to crowd them. So it's a 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch. Off-speed pitch. Misses low for a ball. So Bertram will get ahead 2-0. Wolverines looking for their first base runner. Still 0-0 in the bottom of the second. Wolverines hosting the Cal State Fullerton Titans. 2-0 pitch. Fastball well outside. So it's a 3-0 count in favor of Riley Bertram.
You know, Bertram is a guy who likes to swing the bat, likes to put the ball in play. Doesn't strike out much, doesn't walk much, but you like his patience here.
Does have 13 walks on the year. His on base is 376. It's the 3-0. That'll be a fastball down the middle for a called strike. Bertram taking all the way. Stoltz lays it in. It's now 3-1. See Stoltz kind of hovering around 87, 86 with his fastball. So both pitchers fairly similar. It's the 3-1. He grounded to short. Play made by Daviak. Throw to first. Got him. 2 down. So the first 2 are retired here in the bottom of the second. 5 in a row. So the Wolverines go down. And their DH, Tito Flores, will step in. Flores hitting 268 on the year. He does have 7 home runs to go along with 25 RBIs. An OPS of 906.
Yeah, Tito Flores is a guy who many were expecting to have a breakout year after being a All Big Ten second-team outfielder last season.
First pitch, lined into left, just shy of the warning track, hangs up for Jason Brando. And so another quick inning here as the Wolverines go down in order for the second straight inning. We played 2 here in Ann Arbor. No score between the Titans and Wolverines.
There were a couple of really good swings by Michigan batters at that time. 3 up, 3 down, again, to be sure. But one of them, a very high, very well-driven shot to center. And then Tito Flores put that ball in a line to left field. And he was an all-star for the Traverse City Pit Splitters over the summer in the Northwoods League. Had an 817 OPS with 15 extra base hits and 13 stolen bases. He's another academic All-Big Ten selection in sport management. And he had a 981 OPS in the collegiate season last year. Tito Flores is a guy who, if he can get going, if he can get that average back above 300 like we know he can, it could change the outlook for this team going forward.
Well, I can say personally, I can relate to him being a sport management major. I cannot relate to having a 981 OPS.
Yeah. Yep.
So top of the third coming up, we'll take a look at the Wolverines defense here quickly. In the infield, Jackson Romordo will man first base, Ted Burton at second, Riley Bertram at short, and Matt Fry at third. The outfield would go Jordan Rogers in left, Joe Stewart at center, Clark Elliott in right. Be Jimmy Overtop behind the plate, Connor O'Halloran on the mound. He's pitched 2 scoreless, thrown only 21 pitches, and 17 of those have been strikes. On the other side of the mound, Tyler Stoltz has thrown 20 pitches and 13 have been strikes. Very efficient game here, getting through 2 innings in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, the one wrinkle in the Wolverines lineup today is Jordan Rogers, backup catcher out of Chicago, out there in left field, giving Tito the day's rest, but still DHing and in the lineup in that 6th spot.
So we're set for the top of the third. 8, 9, and 1 coming up for the Titans. JT Naviak, the shortstop, will lead off. So the first pitch, fastball, misses upstairs for a ball. Count will go to 1-0. O'Halloran working in the strike zone. That's only the 5th ball he's thrown on the day. 1-0. Fastball misses well upstairs. So saying that he now falls behind 2-0. No score here top of the 3rd. 1-3 between the Wolverines and Titans. It's 2-0. That fastball misses away. So it's now a 3-0 count to the leadoff hitter in the top of the 3rd.
Naviak's a guy who likes to crowd that plate, likes to square himself up to the pitcher. Might be playing with O'Halloran a little bit.
3-0. And fastball at the knees. Naviak did not think so. He flipped the bat to the dugout and was headed to first.
Naviak was halfway to second by the time the umpire called that strike, but he'll dig back in for the 3-1 offering.
Maybe widen the strike zone a little more now. Tend to not appreciate that. 3-1. That'll be fouled off to the parking lot. Over the seats down on the first base side.
Good job by O'Halloran to get back in this count, fight the hitter after what appeared to be a walk.
So count is full. Delivery. Fastball will miss upstairs. Maybe off the outside corner. That is ball 4. First walk issued by Connor O'Halloran. And the dreaded leadoff walk here to begin the top of the 3rd. Especially facing the bottom of the order.
Although Jack Haley is not your average bottom of the order hitter, he does sport a 304 average and a 355 on base, as well as 2 doubles and a triple this year.
It's almost playing like a second leadoff hitter here. It's the first pitch. He will bunt. Good bunt to the first baseman. You're going to have to throw to the pitcher and not in time.
A
so
diving play.
Yeah, head first dive by Jack Haley into first. Not what coaches like to see, but a well-placed bunt that forces Jack Van Remortel to come away from the bag, and neither O'Halloran nor the second baseman Ted Burton could cover in time.
That was textbook. Pushing it. He had his momentum going to first base, got his arms out in front and squared it up. It's exactly how you're taught to do it.
So the lineup now turns over after the 8 and 9 both reach for the Titans. And Kid and Connor will step in with 2 outs and no one on. So another scoring opportunity for the Titans. 0 for 1 so far in these situations. Jimmy Obertop's going to go through signs. I do not believe they have the pitch comp technology that's being used at the professional level. So the runner on second. They'll have to get new signs. Now the first pitch, he will show bunt. Take an off-speed pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Count will go 0-1. Sacrifice would give the Titans a second and third with 1 out situation. Give them a chance to get an early lead here in the 3rd inning in the series opener. So it's a 0-1 count, lefty-lefty matchup here. Both teams having a lefty lead off against an opposing southpaw. So it counts 0-1. Grounder to first, chance for 2. Throw to second, throw back to first, and it's a 3-6-3 double play. Nice play by Jack Van Remortel to make the pivot. Throw to Bertram at short, and then return to first and get the play.
Absolutely. Very nimble feet, very good footwork. Getting his body turned, shoulders set, and then getting back with his foot on the bag.
So JT Naviak goes over to third. Jack Haley is retired. Jackson Lyon will step in. First pitch will be fouled into the net behind the plate. So it's a runner at third and 2 outs now. O'Halloran still needs another out to escape the third with no damage. But a big double play there, always a pitcher's best friend, especially with multiple on and no one out. Here's the 0-1. That fastball will miss up and away. Count will go even 1-1.
Yeah, not out of the woods yet with Jackson Lyon and his 350 average, go with 517 slugging. Time called by the umpire. Just collecting a baseball from behind home plate.
Count is 1-1. Pitch comes, swing and a miss on a fastball, 88 miles per hour.
He wanted all of that one. He wanted all of that one. He wanted that to hit the. He wanted that to go to Cleveland, probably.
Yeah. This counts 1 and 2. Here comes fastball upstairs, taken for a ball. Hits 90 on the radar gun there. Counts 2-2. Lyon fouled out his first time up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off, back to the right side. So Lyon will stay alive.
Really attacking with the fastball here is O'Halloran. Saw how much Lyon was fooled on that 1-1 pitch, and he came back with it twice after.
He's thrown a lot of fastballs so far here. Threw a lot of fastballs his last start. 2-2 pitch. Grounder to third. It will be a fair ball. Long throw across the diamond in the dirt, and a nice one-hop catch by Jack Van Remortel to retire the side. So it'll be no runs, a hit, no errors. One will be left on. Middle of the third, we still have no score.
Excellent defense to back up O'Halloran there. We already talked about Van Remortel with his pivoting, with his excellent agility getting back to the bag. But Matt Fry there, also, as he was trailing out of bounds, giving a little hop, a little Jeter-esque, as he's moving to his right, throwing to his left, and got it to Van Remortel on just that one hop.
Wolverines, they come in with a 500 record at 14-14. They have dropped 4 of their last 5. Last weekend lost 2 out of 3 to the Hawkeyes. And that set was sandwiched between a loss to Purdue Fort Wayne this past Wednesday and a loss to Oakland the week before. So they are scuffling a bit. They have a 3-3 record in Big Ten play. They have this 3-game set here. Then go to Notre Dame next Tuesday. And then they start playing much more Big Ten games with 3 straight series against Michigan State, Ohio State, and Purdue.
And how this team pivots into that Big Ten stretch, a lot of it is going to be predicated on what they can do here this weekend with a reset against Cal State Fullerton, and then especially looking forward to that matchup with a ranked Notre Dame team. That Notre Dame team with just 7 losses hanging around the top 15 these days. Going to be a really intriguing matchup for the Wolverines.
So it'll be the bottom third coming up for the Wolverines here in the bottom of the third. After the first 6 went down in order, Matt Fry will lead off. Only freshman in the lineup, hitting left-handed. First pitch, he'll check swing on a fastball that misses low for a ball, so the count will be 1-0. Third baseman coming in with a .250 average. He has 5 home runs, 22 RBIs. OPSing just under 800. So the count is 1-0, and that fastball will hit the bottom of the zone for a strike. His count will go even at 1-1. No base runners yet for the Wolverines. The Titans have 2 hits, but no runs. 1-1 pitch, and that yanks that pitch down and away. Count will go 2-1. No score here, bottom third. Wolverines looking to get some offense and snag the first game of this 3-game set. So the count is 2-1. Pitch comes, fastball way inside. Bertram had to reach out across his body to get that. Counts 3-1 now. Fry ahead, looking for a leadoff walk. Or a hit if he gets a hittable pitch here in a favorable count. 3-1. And fastball way inside. So Fry will get the leadoff walk. First base runner of the game for the Wolverines here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, Fry's been a good presence for the team this year. He's a grad student, transferred in from Davidson, where he hit .327, .507, .551. That's 1,058 OPS last year. He missed all of 2021 with a knee injury, but now he's been around the program for 2 years, and it's been kind of a seamless transition for the transfer.
His 22nd walk of the year leads the team. Came in with a .381 on base. And first pitch, backup curveball to Jack Van Remortel will miss off the outside. So the count will go 1-0. It's 4 of 5 balls thrown here to start the bottom of the third. 5 of 6 balls thrown, rather, to start the bottom of the third. For Tyler Stoltz, who cruised through the first 2 innings. 1-0, grounder, foul down to third. That'll make the count even at 1-1. Van Remortel, .255 average on the year. Not a major power. He doesn't have any RBIs. He's driven in 6. Still OPS in a above 750.
Worth noting that he's a relatively recent addition to the lineup.
The count is 1-1. Runner on first, no one out. Throw over to first. Fry will get back in standing up.
At the beginning of the year, Eric Bakich had actually tapped Alex Fedgy Johnson, another Davidson transfer, as that 9th addition to the lineup. He was playing second and replacing Burton.
1-1 pitch, taken in the dirt for a ball. Count goes 2-1.
But his slow start to the year with a 111 average shifted Burton back to second and moved Van Remortel in at first base.
So the count is 2-1. Runner on first, no one out. Scoreless in the bottom of the third. Pitch. Fastball gets the knees on the inside corner. Van Remortel doesn't like. It has some words. Looked inside to me. But the count is 2-2. It's even count after a favorable call for Stoltz on the mound. Pitch comes, and check swing attempt, but Van Remortel did not hold up on a pitch in the dirt. So he goes down and strikes, one away here in the bottom of the third.
Looks like number 51 was a little rattled after that unexpected strike call. Didn't know whether to commit to that last pitch, but credit to Stoltz for showing him one thing and then having it drop off the table.
So the 9-hitter Jordan Rogers will step in. Wolverines left fielder hitting .216 on the year. Not a major offensive force. So the throw over to first, Fry in standing up. As you mentioned, backup catcher being put out in the outfield. Give Tito Flores a break from the field. Probably will be back out there tomorrow for game 2. So after the throw over, the first pitch, swing and a miss, big swing on an off-speed pitch that Rogers cannot make contact with. Count goes 0-1.
Yeah, Rogers is an interesting player. He had some success, especially as a sophomore. But that was 3 seasons ago, and he hasn't matched that 276, 324 stat line since.
Count is 0-1, and fastball well upstairs, maybe off the plate outside. Worked the count to a ball and a strike. Michigan still does not have a hit in this game. Leadoff walk here in the third was their first base runner. The count is 1-1 with 1 out. Pitch comes. An off-speed swing and a miss again. Rogers cannot sit back long enough to make any contact with the changeup. Make the count 1-2. Stoltz looking for back-to-back strikeouts here after the leadoff walk. 1-2. Change up in the dirt. Count will go even 2-2. Clark Elliott, the leadoff hitter, on deck for the Wolverines.
And excuse me, Jordan Rogers is actually a junior and not a graduate student. So that is my bad.
The count is 2-2 to the 9-hitter. Pitch comes. Fouled off. Just gets a piece of the changeup.
Did a good job fighting that off. You know he wasn't looking for it, but in that 2-2 count, you got to be ready for anything.
So he stays alive. Still with the runner on first, 1 out. 2-2 pitch again, and swing and a miss, gets fooled. Just could not sit back long enough on the off-speed stuff. Did not see many fastballs. He's down on strikes. That's back-to-back Ks for Stoltz. Numbers 2 and 3 of the game. It was 2 outs. The lineup will turn back over. Leadoff hitter Clark Elliott, he struck out his first time up. Now with a man on first and 2 outs. So Matt Fry still on first with 2 outs after walking to lead off the inning. Line drive to right field. Down the line, it's a fair ball. Out to the corner. That'll be a single as Fry will get into third without a play. So first hit of the game for the Wolverines as Elliott lines a single to right. 101 miles per hour off the bat. It's now runners on the corners here with 2 outs.
That's exactly what you like to see. He sat on that off-speed pitch. He was absolutely ready for it when it dropped into the zone. And yeah, you put it down the line. Anything further to the right, and we're talking about a double or a triple. But good speed by Fry, picking up his third base coach and getting around. His speed has been in Cal State Fullerton's head a little bit, despite having not much to show for it.
Now a throw over to first base. Clark Elliott will just jog back in.
I think checking on Fry a few times is just part of a broader strategy to keep Michigan honest on the base paths, as they show with that check on Elliott.
And they'll throw over again. Elliott is not very far off. Easily can just jog back over to the base. They've thrown over twice now before a pitch.
Yeah, Fry only has one stolen base attempt, which he completed successfully, but Elliott has gone 5 for 6 this season.
Now with pitch and swing and a miss on and off speed pitch. Ugly swing with Joe Stewart way out in front. Count will go to 0-1.
A humbling pitch there, bringing him to his knees.
Stewart grounded out his first time up. First scoring chance for the Wolverines as they have runners on the corners with 2 outs. The 0-1 will come. It'll be flied into right, going back just shy of the warning track. It will be caught by Nate Nenkiel, the right fielder. So gives it a good ride. It was hit 104 miles per hour, but comes up empty. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Pair left on. We're through 3 here in Ann Arbor. Still scoreless.
Stewart did a phenomenal job tracking that ball through the zone. Had a little dip to it, but he stayed on it, put the barrel on it. He waited back for that. And that's what results in the fly ball with all that tailing action towards the right field foul line. However, that's exactly what Stoltz wanted him to do, I believe. Maybe not get that much of it, but he was baiting him into taking a swing and hopefully making some weaker contact. But even the best swing in the world right there couldn't knock that ball out of the park.
Yeah, usually 2 outs. Can't just drive the run in with a fly ball. So still efficient appearances on both sides. Stoltz has thrown 39 pitches through 3 innings. O'Halloran 36. A very efficient paced game here, although the third inning did drag on a little longer with both teams getting a pair of runners to reach.
Yeah, it's been a quick game, and it's been a game where it looked like we might have a pitcher's duel. Not that it hasn't been, but they had to work out of some jams here. They haven't been as solid these past couple of innings. A couple of scoring opportunities for Fullerton, and now one for the Wolverines. A little wear and tear on the arms could move this game to the bullpen quicker than we expected, which is where both the Wolverines and Cal State Fullerton have struggled to put away teams in those later innings.
So through 3 innings, no runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Titans. 1-0 for the Wolverines. Lineup will go 3-4-5 for the Titans here in the 4th. Zach Liu, the third baseman, will lead off. First pitch will be a fastball that gets the outside corner for a called strike. Liu grounded out his first time up on a really high chopper. 0-1 pitch. Fastball off-speed pitch. 82 miles per hour. Misses down for a ball. Count will go 1-1 now. No score. We're now in the top of the 4th. The 1-1 will be popped up near the first base dugout, and it's going to go over the screen. Jack Van Memorial tried to make a play on it, but the ball was well past the screen. He did not have a chance there. After we've had a cloudy day with some rain showers a couple hours ago, the sun is now out and shining basically right into the booth here. See if it affects the hitters. Sun's kind of out in right center, up pretty high. So the count is 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Line drive down the left field line. It is fair into the corner. Throw will be made to second. There's a play here, and he is out by a lot. The throw beat him well in advance. So Zach Liu going for a double, but a strong throw from Jordan Rogers out in left field.
That's Jordan Rogers with that catcher's arm right there. Maybe not expecting his mobility that he has getting to that ball. And that was a phenomenal display of hands, getting your hands inside and cranking that ball to the corner. All for nothing.
First pitch to Jason Brando will be off-speed pitch on the outside for a called strike. I thought that was going to be an easy double, but it was 102 off the bat, hit to the shortest part of the ballpark in the corner, as the 0-1 will be taken down and away for a ball, 1-1. And then just a strong play by Rogers. And the leadoff man is retired, even getting a hit. So the 1-1 with one out, no one on. Big swing and a miss on a changeup. Deception there after O'Halloran's depended heavily on his fastball. It's the 1-2. Fastball just upstairs for a ball.
I love the placement there. As you said, just upstairs. I think if you're Brando, you probably want to swing at that rather than get rung up by the ump there.
Counts 2-2. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Off speed, and he's out on top of it. So now 2 away here after the 7-4 putout, and now a strikeout.
Excellent game plan from the coaching staff and from the catcher, Jimmy Obertop, getting up and outside and then coming down and in with the off-speed pitch. All the elements were there to mix him up. It only took one.
J.J. Cruz will step in. DH. Watch a off-speed pitch, get the outside for a called strike. 0-1 count. Cruz flew out his first time up. 0-1. Fouled back into the screen.
Nice one-handed grab by one of the Wolverines players sitting in the dugout. Might be the best one we see all day.
Counts 0-2. 2 outs. No one on. Top of the 4th. No score here. Pitch. Flied out into... barely into the outfield and left. He'll be caught by the shortstop, Riley Bertram, running to his right. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, no one left on, as O'Halloran only faces 3 after the outfield assist. Middle of the 4th, still scoreless in Ann Arbor.
A risky play by Bertram there, with Fry and him seemingly on a collision course. Bertram made sure to call him off. And just in time in that shallow left field area.
I mean, normally the middle infielder does have priority just because he's at least running sideways rather than backing up. Obviously, the outfielder always has priority and the center fielder above everyone else. But that ball was barely out in the grass, and there was no way Jordan Rogers was going to be able to come in from left. So 3 hits allowed by O'Halloran through 4. 1 hit allowed by Tyler Stoltz of the Titans after 3 innings. Each pitcher's allowed 1 walk, and most importantly, no runs on either side.
The Wolverines, seeing if they can get any offense going here. Obviously, they started to break through Stoltz a little bit, and we've seen Stoltz lose his control a couple of times, getting himself buried in counts like 3-0 and 3-1 a little bit too often. You wonder if the Wolverines can blow the wheels off with a couple of walks and then with a couple of timely hits to the gap.
So it'll be 3-4-5 for the Wolverines here from the bottom of the 4th as they look to get on the scoreboard. Second baseman Ted Burton will lead off for them. Grounded out his first time up. Bottom of the 4th, about set to get underway. First pitch. Curveball misses low for a ball. Count goes to 1-0. As you mentioned, Stoltz not working ahead as much as he would like to. Obviously, still 3 scoreless innings. He's thrown 40 pitches, only 24 for strikes. So the 1-0 will be an off-speed pitch that gets the outside for a called strike. Now it'll be a ball and a strike. Count is 1-1 to the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch comes. Swing and a miss on a changeup on the outside edge. Stoltz has really kept Wolverine hitters off balance with the changeup.
Yeah, we've seen that thing dip below 77 miles an hour, coupled with that mid to high 80s fastball. It's tough.
Counts 1-2. Throws a fastball there, misses high. Counts even now, 2-2. See if that's a setup pitch of some kind. Maybe he goes back off speed here.
Interesting fact about Ted Burton, he's actually from Huntington Beach, California, just 25 miles north of Fullerton.
2-2, fly ball out to straightaway center. Easy play there for Jackson Lyon. And the first out is recorded here in the bottom of the fourth. Hit it just under 100 miles per hour, but could not get it to carry enough.
Yeah, he made sure to get down and get that ball, headed for the bottom of the zone. Obviously, he avoided pounding it into the ground, but he got a little too much air under it.
So that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Jimmy Overtop, with 1 out and no one on. It's the first pitch to him. An off-speed pitch gets the outside corner, called strike, 0-1. Overtop fly out in the second inning, his first time up. Stoltz ahead here, no balls and a strike. 0-1. Weak grounder, back foul. As he gets fooled by the changeup, is able to make contact with it, but not do anything with it. So now Stoltz gets ahead 0-2, looking for 2 quick outs in the bottom of the third, or bottom of the fourth.
But can't count out Overtop yet. He's a guy who loves to work deep counts, and he'll be looking to take here if he's not shown a pitch. He knows the zone.
0-2, he does take, well upstairs, ball 1, counts 1-2. Both pitchers still fairly efficient with their pitch counts. It's 47 now for Stoltz.
Overtop has tremendous control of the zone. He does get out in front of some breaking balls.
1-2. Off-speed pitch that he fouls back off to the right side, so a little late there. Even
But an excellent job staying back there, exactly. Has struck out 42 times, but as you see with that defensive swing, he's trying to cut down on it, and his walks are still going to come with that fight mentality.
1-2, off-speed misses well off the outside. So the count is 2-2. So 2-2 pitch comes and swing and a miss on a fastball down and away. It's behind that. Maybe sitting on the off-speed too much. 2 away here, bottom of the fourth. That'll bring in Riley Bertram. Shortstop coming in for his second time.
Bertram had a rough week, went 1 for 10 with a walk and 2 RBIs in that Iowa series.
First pitch, fastball up and away for a ball.
But just a few short weeks ago in that March 18th set, he had a 4 for 5 game with 2 doubles, a walk, 3 runs, and 2 RBIs against Dayton. Followed it up by reaching base 4 times on the 20th. So we know he has it in him. We know he can be an offensive weapon.
1-0 pitch. Miss up and away, ball 2. So Bertram will get ahead 2-0. Count is 2-0. 2 outs, no one on. And that'll be fouled off, pulled foul to the first base side. So the count is 2-1. 2 outs, no one out, bottom of the fourth. So Bertram back in. The 2-1 count. Pitch comes. That'll be fouled back. So Stoltz will work it back to even at 2-2.
That was a 76.9 mile an hour pitch. Bertram did an excellent job sitting on it, waiting for it to come into the zone, and yet still there's so much movement right at the end that he's not able to square it up. Excellent pitch from Stoltz.
Count is 2-2. Pitch. Grounder to short. Weak grounder. Throw across to first. And that'll retire him as the play is made from JT Naviak. So 3 up, 3 down go the Wolverines. 4 quick innings here, and there is no score.
Yeah, 0-0 here, headed to the top of the 5th. You wonder when we're going to see some offense. Obviously, we've had some men on base, but these pitchers have been so effective at shutting it down. And neither of these teams has been an offensive powerhouse this year. In fact, disappearing sometimes in some of these high-profile games. But you have some excellent talent at the top of the lineup for both teams. You wonder if guys like Jackson Lyon and Jason Brando for the Titans, and obviously guys like Clark Elliott, Joe Stewart, Ted Burton, third time through maybe, if they're still facing the same starting pitcher, they're getting used to him, and they'll be ready for him the third time through. You wonder if it goes to the pen, if the teams can maintain this defensive masterpiece, really.
Yeah, obviously you would expect a little more offense, but of course at the same time, you also see each teams are using 2 of their better pitchers, so it shouldn't be that surprising either that the pitchers are dominant. It's just a matter of when will the offenses find their groove. So we're going to say here for the top of the 5th. Lineup for the Titans, they'll be their 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Cole Ehrman, their catcher, the catcher for the Titans, will lead off. He had the long double back in the 2nd inning, but was stranded there. So we're set for the 5th, no score. First pitch, grounded to the third base side, but foul as he gets out in front of the off-speed pitch.
Yeah, Ehrman notching just his 2nd extra base hit of the season in his 78th at bat, back in the 2nd. But obviously, he was feeling good about that one, so I'd watch out here.
0-1 pitch. Misses the outside corner. Looked good from here, but doesn't get the call.
I thought it was an excellent frame from Obertop, but the Blue did not agree.
1-1 pitch. Grounder to the second baseman on the shortstop side. Long throw to first, and a nice play there by Ted Burton as the Wolverines were overshifted with 3 guys on the left side.
Excellent use of the scouting report there. Getting Burton just a few steps to the left of second base.
So 1 away now. And a line drive out to right field from Nate Nankiel. The outfield was played the pull. It goes to down the line to the wall. That's going to be an easy stand-up better.
An excellent work of letting that ball get into the zone. It was a fastball, nearly touching 90, but he wasn't trying to get fancy with it, wasn't trying to smack it too hard. Just got the barrel of the ball as it was crossing through the zone. And you see it, just a shrieking line drive down that right field line.
100 miles per hour off the bat. And the 1-out double will bring up JT Naviak with a scoring chance. First pitch, grounder to third. Fair ball. Nice leaping play by Matt Fry.
That's another quality defensive play from Fry. You saw him standing in almost on the grass, and yet he hopped up, got the glove on the ball, managed to hang on, and another perfect throw. I mean, defensively, these guys have been behind O'Halloran every step of the way.
So the ground out to third will freeze Nankiel at second. Now 2 away. Jack Haley will step in. Two outs. Runner on second. First pitch. Chopper back fielded by O'Halloran as he runs to his right. Long throw across to first, and he gets him. So it'll be no runs, a hit, no errors. 1 is left on. In middle of the fifth, there's still no score between the Titans and Wolverines.
And O'Halloran getting in on his defense there. He wasn't going to let them make all the fun plays. Obviously, going from having his back turned to backing up and catching that over his shoulder, making sure that he set his feet before he threw over there. That could have been a disaster if he was working too quickly with a runner coming around third with 2 outs. But just excellent fundamental defense there from the Wolverines.
Yeah, we have seen obviously good pitching with good defense to go along with that. So middle of the fifth. Five shutout innings from O'Halloran. Still has only allowed one run at home in his third start. Very impressive numbers there.
So Tito Flores coming up to the plate. We saw him put a bruise on the baseball his first time up with that liner to left field. Let's see if he can get a little better result. Maybe we trade the out there for a bloop here. I think get someone on the base paths and see what can happen with a couple of quality hitters in Matt Fry and Jack Van Remortel coming up after him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Wolverines, they have put some good swings on balls. As the first pitch will be taken in the dirt for a ball. 1-0. They have just not really gotten the results, as evidenced by the only one hit. They've gone down in order 3 of the first 4 innings. 1-0. And big swing and a miss on the off speed. Really deceptive changeup from Tyler Stoltz. Counts 1-1. No score in the bottom of the fifth. Pitch comes. Liner out to left. Another hard hit. Once again right at Jason Brando. And the bad luck continues. 1 away here in the bottom of the fifth.
If Tito Flores hit those 2 baseballs, one 10 feet to the left of the left fielder and one 10 feet to the right of the left fielder, he'd have 2 doubles today. Or I don't want to underestimate that left fielder's arm. He hit those hard enough that a guy like Jordan Rogers could have definitely gunned him down.
So first pitch to Matt Fry will be popped up in the infield. It's going to be played by some confusion here, but it'll be played by the first baseman, Caden Connor, who will run in down the line, make the play on it, and in what was not a tough luck out, it is now 2 away.
Almost looked like the Titans were going to give the Wolverines one back there. Probably in the catcher's range of the field, but the first baseman definitely doing a good job. He was tracking it. Made sure to run in when it started to blow back after it was so high in the air.
So 2 away here. First pitch to Jack Van Remortel, a curveball that just backs up and misses way off the outside. So it's 1-0, 2 outs, no one on. Wolverines just cannot get base runners. They got a pair in the third, but have done nothing other than that. So the count is 1-0, pitch. Changeup gets the outside corner. Count goes to 1-1.
That change at just 75 miles an hour looked like it was down the middle, but you can't underestimate the confusing effects of that pitch coming in with no spin, just dead on arrival.
1-1. Weak grounder to third. Fair ball fielded right over the bag. Long throw to first from Zach Liu gets him. So for the 4th time in 5 innings, the Wolverines go 3 up, 3 down. We've played 5 here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Still no score.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate trip there. Tito Flores obviously getting all of another one. Just if he put a little more elevation on him, they would be flying out of here because he is absolutely crushing the ball. He's seen it so well out of Stoltz's hands. Fry with that tough pop up and then Van Remortel putting it on the ground. If you put it on the ground enough times, good things are going to happen. They'll find the holes, force him to make tough plays. But it's been a defensive clinic, and it's been a pitching clinic. And the way these guys are going, we might be here in the 17th inning staring at a 0-0 game.
Well, I think they use automatic runners here. Not certain. That might be the only way we prevent going to 17 or 18 innings, unless the pitchers here are good enough to strand free runners on second base. So yeah, we're scoreless after 5 here. Obviously, the modern game is get the ball in the air, and especially line drives. Wolverines have done that. Now, we do not. They track the exit velocity here. We don't know the launch angle, so we cannot figure out exactly which line drives are in the barrel zone. But can say that some of those probably had expected batting averages well above 500. Did not get them. So we go to the top of the 6th without any score. It's taken about an hour to get through 5 innings. A very efficient game going on here.
And O'Halloran is not allowing anyone to take him out of his rhythm. He's receiving the ball back from Obertop, getting back on the rubber, and delivering another pitch. He is locked in right now. He's been locked in for the past couple weeks with one tough outing against Nebraska notwithstanding. He has been the ace, and he's showing it today.
So it'll be the top 3 coming up in the 6th inning for the Titans. It'll be Caden Connor leading off here. 0 for 2, hit into a killer double play his last time up. Top of the 6th, no score here in the first of 3. Pitch comes. An off-speed pitch at 81 miles per hour gets the strike zone. Counts 0-1.
Yeah, Connor Caden has seen a lot of at-bats this year, most on the team. They trust him at the top of that lineup.
And spikes off-speed pitch halfway through the batter's box on the opposite side. So the count is even at 1-1. 1-1 count to the leadoff hitter. And big swing and a miss on a fastball on the outside.
Excellent lateral motion on that fastball. O'Halloran, he was trying to sneak it on that corner, and the movement definitely helped fool Ken Connor.
1-2 pitch. Fouled off to the left side. Late on an 84 mile per hour pitch. O'Halloran only has 1 strikeout this game, but he's getting outs, and that's, of course, what really matters. Only took him 54 pitches to get through 5, which is a byproduct of keeping his defense invested. 1-2 again, swing and fouled off. Just got a piece at the off-speed pitch. And Obertop could not catch it. Looked like a swing and a miss. He got a piece. It stays 1-2. About to be the 6th pitch of the at-bat, not an overly familiar situation for O'Halloran. That'll be fouled off to the left side as a defensive late swing on a 90 mile per hour fastball. Hits it hard, but almost directly off to the left side. Still a 1-2 count. Connor, Megan, and O'Halloran work here. In the battle of sophomores. Pitch comes. Fastball will miss up and away. Counter will go even at 2-2. Long at bat here, about to be the 8th pitch. No activity in either bullpen. So the 2-2 comes. And off-speed pitch misses down low for a ball. Works the count full. Titans just looking for a base runner here. Walk, hit. Anything else, they don't care. Full count delivery.
Oh,
Back up, breaking ball
excellent.
gets the inside corner for a called 3rd strike.
Excellent, excellent pitch. Obviously, if you're Connor there watching that come in, you think, that might hit me on the front elbow. And then it just drops in on that inside corner. He was looking for a walk, wasn't going to get it with a pitch that perfect.
First pitch to Lyon misses well inside for a ball, 1-0. So 1 out here and a really nice front door slider. Pitch comes. Line to left, hangs up. over the head misplayed by Jordan Rogers. Goes over his head after he started to come in. He'll get it in. And Jackson Lyon will get to second. What I would expect to be ruled a double, even though it was not well defended by Rogers.
Yeah, if you're Jordan Rogers there, he's used to handling some pretty tough-to-read baseballs behind the plate. But on a line drive screamer coming straight over his head, it's hard to read, and he doesn't spend a lot of time out there. Maybe it evens out. I'm glad he made the amazing defensive play on that first potential double.
So the first pitch will be a breaking ball, gets the outside corner for a called strike to Zach Liu. They did charge an error there. It'll be an E7, not a double. It did surprise me. He just came into. It's not like the ball went off his glove. He just came in when he shouldn't have. Usually those are not errors, but it was here. 0-1. Pitch misses just below the zone for a ball, 1-1. Overtop held onto it like he thought it was a strike, but didn't get the call. So it's a 1-1 count. One away, unearned runner on second. Zach Liu 1 for 2. Breaking ball gets the outside corner for a called strike 1-2. It's like a backdoor slider there. Same pitch that he threw to get the lefty Caden Connor out looking on a full count pitch. Very easy way to steal a called strike, if you can hit the spot. The count's 1-2, misses way inside.
Excellent stop by Obertop. That ball was in the dirt, and he had to move to his left, but was able to keep it in front of him, despite a very large possibility that could have kicked out to the left side.
So the count is 2-2. The one away runner on second, still scoreless top of the sixth, scoring chance for Cal State Fullerton. Even count pitch, and it'll be fouled off as Zach Liu fouls it off himself. Still has a 337 average. Correction, they have the wrong hitter up on the scoreboard, but his average should be right around there. He is a 1 for 2 in this game.
He's in the area. He's probably hanging around 350 a little more. 350, there we go.
Just updated that. Count is 2-2. And a look back to second from Connor O'Halloran as he'll step off. Lyon will retreat.
Obviously having this 350 hitter in that 3 spot, assuming those top 2 guys get on, dangerous opportunities.
2-2 pitch. Line to right. Will it stay fair? No, it is just foul down the line, and that'll save the Wolverines a run.
O'Halloran has got a nice little scoreless streak going, and I thought it was coming to an end on that swing. Liu did a great job poking it down the line, got enough air on it to get to the outfield, and if it had dropped, you'd be looking at extra bases.
Solid line drive, just a little late, and it went just foul the other way. So the count remains 2-2. O'Halloran will look back to the runner at second. Now he'll deal. And he'll miss down with an off-speed pitch. And the count will work full at 3-2. So O'Halloran laboring here. Got Caden Connor called out on strikes to begin the inning, but it was a long at-bat. Then Jackson Lyon reached on the error. The 3-2, grounder up the middle, will be played by the second baseman right behind the bag. Throw to first from Ted Burton will get him. Nice backhanded play there as he had a range to his right. That will advance Jackson Lyon to third base, but there are 2 outs now.
Very impressive play by Burton, as you said, ranging to his right. The ball went straight over the second base bag. He wasn't sure if it was going to hit, if it was going to take a weird bounce. Couldn't get all of his body in front of it, and it kind of hit him in the heel of the mitt there, but he was able to hang on, clean transfer, get it over to Van Remortel at first.
So first pitch, called strike on a slider to the cleanup hitter Jason Brando. Comes in with a runner on third, 2 outs. Base hit will give the Titans the first run of the game here in the 6th in what's been a pitcher's duel. Count is 0-1. Bunts it, pops it way foul, and hits the window just to my left.
That was about the farthest you'll see a bunt go.
I have never seen anything like that on a bunt.
A bunt that jumps over the net and hits the window of the press box. He should try bunting that towards the outfield fence next time. Get a home run.
Might be a little farther. Probably won't bunt here. Counts 0-2. Pitch. Fastball way upstairs and outside. Count will go 1-2. Waste pitch there. O'Halloran still ahead.
Like the position he's in right here, especially with the strikeout arsenal that he's got.
So 1-2 count, pitch. Fastball, called third, strike outside corner.
That's his third of the day. Obviously 2 coming in that inning. And he's going to head to the dugout at 73 pitches through 6.
No runs, no hits, 1 error. 1 is left on for the Titans. Middle of the 6th here, and we're still scoreless in Ann Arbor.
Coming up is Jordan Rogers for the Wolverines. After that, it's the top of the order. Rogers 0 for 1. Everyone else 0 for 2 except for Clark Elliott, who has the lone hit of the day on a nice line drive to right field. Stoltz has been baffling the Wolverines hitters so far.
So Stoltz on the mound for warm-ups in the bottom of the 6th. We still don't see any activity in either bullpen. So it's looking like O'Halloran will come back out for the 7th, which you would expect with his pitch count. Stoltz looks to be in position to get at least 2 more innings.
The only action I see in the Cal State Fullerton bullpen is a little dancing. They've got some popular music playing in the background, a little Doja Cat, and they're clearly fans down there. Clearly fans.
So be a 9-1-2 coming up for the Wolverines here in the bottom of the 6th, looking to make something happen. They've only gotten base runners in 1 inning. It's not going to be a winning formula, but they've gotten a good enough start from Connor O'Halloran that they are not behind. So Jordan Rogers will step in. He struck out his first time up. First pitch, he shows bunt, takes it for a called strike.
Not a bad idea. They clearly were not expecting it. And if he can set the table for the top of the order, that would be that much more important to get to them without 1 out already taken up.
Trying to redeem himself for the big error in the top half of the inning, even though it didn't lead to a run. 0-1, weak grounder to first. And Connor will take it to the bag himself. So 2-pitch ground out there to start the bottom half of the 6th. 1 away, lineup turns back over. So Wolverines will start their 3rd time through the order. It'll be Clark Elliott stepping up. Singled back into 3rd, and what was the only base runner the Wolverines have had to this point. Or only base hit, rather. They also had a walk from Matt Fry. So 1 out, no one on, bottom 6. Top of the order, looking to do something here. First pitch. Grounder pulled foul down the first base line.
I like his mentality there. Seeing 85 miles an hour, he's getting used to the speed. He's not going to be as tricked as he was the first couple times. Obviously, he had an excellent at-bat last time. So he's ready, and he'll be looking to pull that ball again.
Counts 0-1. Pitch. Off speed, misses down and away for a ball. Count goes even at 1-1. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts for Stoltz. He's allowed only 1 hit, no runs. Very strong start in a fierce pitcher's duel. Now the 1-1 comes, and swing and a miss. Fooled by a changeup. Gets out in front.
Good work. He saw him out in front of that fastball. Tried to exploit it by going down and away. Actually exploited it with going that changeup down the middle there.
Counts 1-2. Pitch. And swing and a miss. Goes to the changeup again. And Elliott cannot make contact with it. 2nd strikeout of the game for Elliott. 5th for Stoltz. 2 away here in the 6th. And Joe Stewart will step in with 2 outs, no one on.
Joe Stewart's a guy who can make some offense happen on his own. If he can get it in the gap, he'll be running, and he has the speed to make it a triple or even steal a base.
First pitch. Change up in the dirt, ball 1. Stewart has 7 stolen bases, tied for the lead in this lineup. 1 unsuccessful attempt. Well-rounded hitter on all fronts, the freshman. Count is 1-0. Here's the pitch. Slider misses down and away. Count will run 2-0. Stewart gets ahead. Has 14 walks on the year. On base over 400. So he knows the strike zone. One of 3 Wolverines with an on-base percentage above 400.
Joe Stewart, only a freshman to this program. 3 quality seasons at Michigan State as he takes inside there.
Count's now 3-0. As you mentioned, he would be a stolen base threat to try to get into scoring position to set up Ted Burton with a chance to drive in a run if he does get on. 3-0. Fastball gets the bottom of the zone for a called strike. Stewart taking all the way there. It is a strike. Still a 3-1 count here. Still scoreless, bottom 6. Game 1 of this 3-game set. 3-1. Line foul off to the first base side.
Excellent piece of hitting. Fastball there. You staying balanced and was able to fight it off, put it down the line, because you've got to respect Stoltz's off-speed regimen here.
Very aesthetically pleasing 99.99 exit velocity. Can't beat that. The full count pitch.
Yes, sir.
Fly ball out to left.
Oh.
Over the high wall. But it is foul. 107 off the bat, but there he goes with the changeup. And Stewart out in front. So he puts good wood on back-to-back pitches, but you see late on a fastball, early on an off-speed pitch.
Staying balanced. That's what makes him such a good hitter in these counts.
3-2 again. Liner for a base hit out to left center field. He's going to make the turn. That's going to be a stand-up double. He's running to third. Throwing not in
yes, sir.
time. He
yes,
is safe
sir.
at third. I did not think that would be a triple, but it was. And he gets excited about that, celebrating with the dugout. Just a low liner that got to the left of the shortstop. Then all of a sudden out to the gap. And even with 2 outs, when you cannot make the third out at third, he takes the chance and gets in. So it's a 2-out triple to set up Ted Burton with a chance to drive in the first run of the game.
Yeah, a guy like Stewart, you know he's going to score on a base hit next time anyway. That was more about a display of speed, getting this team fired up. We know what he can do. He puts in the gap. He's always looking for that extra base.
It's 112 off the bat as the first pitch here to Burton will be a backup slider that misses. It's 3 straight pitches that he barreled up. Finally, the third one he could keep between the foul lines and take advantage of. Second hit of the day.
Big moment here for Burton.
1-0 pitch. Grounder to short in the hole. Long throw to first. It is not even close to in time. It's an infield single. And getting that extra base on the triple does really matter, as it allows Joe Stewart to come in on the infield single for Ted Burton. As JT Naviak had to slide to his right, made a nice play to get to the ball, but never had a chance.
Yeah,
on
all
the fast
props
Ted
to
Burton.
Naviak. An excellent job keeping that ball in front of him, sliding and using the backhand. But that was an excellently struck ball. Took him into the outfield, and Burton's not going to be thrown out on a play like that with the run on the table.
So a 1-0 lead for the Wolverines. Throw over, and he is caught. He was running on first motion. Run down. Being chased back to first. Now going back to second. And he will be tagged out. So a pickoff caught stealing there as he was going on first motion. Stoltz, the lefty, has the deceptive move and caught him. But it will be a run on 2 hits, no errors, no one is left. It is the Wolverines now out in front, 1-0. After 6, as Connor O'Halloran will return to the mound with a lead.
That was an inning that was a long time coming. You had seen the Wolverines barrel up a couple of balls You had seen Tito obviously put those two out in left field that wouldn't drop. It was only a matter of time before a guy like Joe Stewart, with that excellent at bat, as you said, barreling up 3 straight and putting that one in the gap. And that's just about the hustle that he represents for this team. He's the hustle guy. He makes it to third, and it makes all the difference on that next play.
So it's still going to be Connor O'Halloran. Comes in after 6 innings. He's only thrown 77 pitches, so you figure at least 1 inning, maybe a second. No one's throwing in the Wolverines bullpen. So they have confidence in him here with his 1-run lead. See, first to 3, you really like to get the length here. And they play again Tuesday night, so this is first to 4 games in 5 days. Obviously not having to wear down the bullpen. Big positive.
And O'Halloran's been good for it. He has been working deep into his last few starts, especially at home. And they trust him. Even when he's getting tired out there, he knows how to use his off-speed. And he knows how to place his pitches effectively.
Was wondering with the potential forecast for rain today if it could affect the status of this game, which could potentially set up another Wolverines doubleheader and cause more bullpen issues. But there are showers about an hour or so before the game. There hasn't been any rain during the game. There are some dark clouds overhead. I think we should be able to get through the rest of this one uninterrupted.
I would not wish another 10-minute hailstorm onto all these players. That was the weather situations we're walking over here. But it is baseball season, so that's what you can expect. Early in the spring here. We're getting there.
5, 6, and 7 for the Titans. J.J. Cruz will lead off. The lefty will hit a high pop-up out into shallow left center. It will be played by the shortstop, Riley Bertram. He'll have it, backing up to it, off to his right. 1 away on 1 pitch here in the top of the 7th. Yeah, obviously the weather here out in Michigan, not ideal for baseball. Last Friday night they got postponed because the weather was too cold. That's why they don't play at home the first month of the season. First pitch to Ehrman. Backdoor slider gets the play. Called strike, count goes 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Here comes. Misses upstairs, ball 1.
It's interesting because with O'Halloran, we see he only has 3 strikeouts today.
Yeah, the 1-1 pitch comes. Fastball, 80 miles per hour into strikes on 1 and 2. But I also think that's part of what's made him more efficient. Obviously, when you're striking out like 2 guys every inning, it looks good on paper, but the pitch count does go up. As the 1-2 fouled back, late swing by Ehrman. Count stays 1-2.
And we've seen him have that problem. Maybe they would have liked to keep him in the game longer, but with 13 strikeouts against Dayton, 8 against Iowa last time out, they can't work him as deep as they want to.
1-2, line drive out to left. Well hit, but it is playable. Jordan Rogers gets a better read on it. Backs up immediately as he should. Makes the play. And 2 very quick outs here in the top of the 7th. And with no activity in the Michigan bullpen, looking like if O'Halloran can get the 3rd out quickly, he could be back out in the 8th. Be Nate Nankiel up. First pitch. Slider check swing called strike. 0-1. O'Halloran gets ahead again.
Excellent pitch to Nankiel there.
0-1. Grounder the other way against a shift is going to be a base hit. He'll stop at first. Thrown back in by Stewart. So the Wolverines put 3 guys on the left side. He hits it right where the second baseman probably would have been able to play it with a straight-up defense. But we know we do not see many straight-up defenses anymore.
I believe Nankiel had a double to right field earlier in the game against a similar shift.
So yeah, shift does occasionally backfire, does in this instance. JT Naviak steps in, runner on first, 2 outs. First pitch. And it'll be a grounder to short, throw to first, and not in time. High hopper. Took too long to get to Bertram. And by the time he made the throw, could not get Naviak, so it's an infield single, and after 2 quick outs, all of a sudden, 2 quick base runners. First and second with 2 outs, the tying runner is in scoring position now for Jack Haley.
And Jack Haley, as we said, sort of that second leadoff man at the bottom of the order, 304 average and a 355 on base. So he could do some damage here.
2 on, 2 outs, top 7th. First pitch, misses low for a ball. Count goes to 1-0. The second leadoff hitter strategy always is interesting because to me, I'd rather just put my best hitters at the top of the lineup. More of a conventional strategy that we still see some coaches employ. The 1-0, big swing and a miss. Pitch in the dirt. Gets out in front of, count goes even, 1-1.
Yeah, they have to like this trio at the bottom of the order, Nankiel, Naviak, and Haley. All hit for a pretty decent average and all have some speed on the base paths.
1-1 pitch. Misses low for a ball with the slider. It's 1-2-1 now. So Halloran in a bit of trouble. He worked out of it back in the 3rd inning, which was the only big jam that he's had to this point. 2-1. Here it comes. Slider gets the plate. Count goes even, 2-2.
When that pitch is going for him and he can come back with his pinpoint precision on the fastball, you know, it's tough to imagine him giving up a run rather than going through another inning.
2-2. And swing and a miss in the dirt. Throw to first. That'll retire the side. So it'll be no runs on a pair of hits, no errors, 2 left on, with the big strikeout there to end the 7th. 7th inning stretch here in Ann Arbor. It's the Wolverines ahead 1-0.
It's been a fascinating game, a pitcher's duel. It appears that Stoltz has taken the mound for the bottom of the 7th.
Wouldn't have expected anything else, having thrown only 77 pitches.
Just 1 run here in Ann Arbor, and it's the 2 lefties on the mound that are getting the job done. But you wonder if the Wolverines can snag an insurance run down the stretch here. We know they've had some bullpen troubles from the very beginning in their game against now number 4 Texas Tech. But the way O'Halloran's been dealing, you wouldn't want to waste a start like this.
Yeah, I mean, it makes obviously, you look at his pitch count. Right now he's at 91 pitches, 66 for strikes. So I think they're going to send him back out for the 8th. You have a couple of guys standing around in their bullpen, but no one's throwing. I don't know if you can get him through 9, but you also wonder how ambitious Eric Bakich would be given the bullpen struggles they've had.
So coming to the plate here, we have Jimmy Obertop. If there was ever a guy to get something started, it's the junior catcher, 311 average. He's got 32 hits this year. That's tied for 3rd on the team. And the slugging percentage is always going to be there with this guy. Known for hitting a 450-foot home run last year against Iowa. And we could use another one here.
First pitch, swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. So it'd be the middle third of the order up for the Wolverines. Obertop 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out his last time up. Wolverines looking for insurance. They have the 1-0 lead, but want more. It's the 0-1. Pitch inside. Appeal to first. He did not swing. Checked it in time. Count goes even, 1-1. Bottom of the 7th of a very quick game. Pitcher's duel, but Wolverines finally got to Tyler Stoltz and got a run across in the 6th. Here's the 1-1. Pitch in the dirt outside. Makes it a 2-1 count. On deck, Riley Bertram, the pair of ground outs. Only offensive productions come from the top third of the order. Grounder to the second baseman. Easy throw across to first. Obertop is retired. And with that, the 4 through 9 hitters are a combined 0 for 12. with the only positive being a lone walk from Matt Fry. So they'd obviously like to see some more diversified production. But as I said at the top of the broadcast, if you figured if they were going to have offensive production, it would probably be from the top of the lineup. The top third, each guy has a hit, and that led to a run in the last inning. First pitch, Bertram shows bunt, takes away for a ball. Ball and no strikes.
Not a bad idea, the way that Stoltz has been pitching here, especially with the infield playing back, although the corners are not too far back. They're cognizant of Bertram's speed.
1-0, doesn't show bunts, fouls it back. Counts even at 1-1. Still a heavy dependence on the changeup for Tyler Stoltz. He has really kept Michigan hitters off balance. Of course, it also makes the fastball more effective. Almost pitching backwards in that sense, setting up the fastball with his secondary pitches rather than the reverse. It's the 1-1. Fastball clips the inside corner at the knees for a called strike. It's a 1-2 count now to the 5-hitter. So Stoltz ahead. 1 out here, no one on the bottom of the 7th of a 1-0 game. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Ehrman will throw to first. And Bertram is retired 2-3 on the strikeout. And 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Tito Flores will come in with the pair of sharp lineouts in his first 2 times up. Looking for results here, doesn't care how it looks. Does not want to line out for a 3rd time.
If you can just wait back a fraction of a second, we're talking about several total bases on the day. But he's been seeing him well, so let's see if he can finally break through.
First pitch slider misses away for a ball, 1-0. Center fielder shaded left, so he has a gap the other way. 1-0. Slider away again, counts 2-0.
I'm pretty sure Stoltz knows what Tito has done to him these past 2 at-bats, and he is not looking to repeat that process.
You count 2-0. Stoltz cannot depend on getting outs on loud contact. Pitch. Fastball inside. 3-0. Definitely does look like he's pitching around him a little. Perhaps rather take his chances with Matt Fry, which would give him a left-on-left matchup.
But Fry's been a tough out today, too, taking that walk.
3-0. Gets the inside corner for a strike. Hits 86 with the fastball, counts 3-1 now.
You know Flores is going to be locked in. He's going to have his pitch ready, and if it comes, I'd hate to be that baseball.
Hitters count, 3-1. Line drive out to right, going back, and it's another hard hit out as the ball hangs up for Nate Nankiel, who drifted back into his left a little. So it's 3 up, 3 down, the 5th clean inning that Tyler Stoltz has had. We're through 7 here in Ann Arbor. It's still the Wolverines 1 and the Titans none.
So as we're getting later into the game, I'm wondering if we'll see some defensive substitutions. Obviously, Jordan Rogers, you like him getting some playing time out and left. But the Wolverines have a couple of options to stick out there, up to and including Tito Flores heading out there for his usual haunt.
I think if they did that, they would lose their designated hitter position.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, I don't think you can. I think if you put your DH in the field, the DH spot is gone. You can't put it somewhere else. So that's a move you generally save for emergencies, not just a routine defensive sub.
In that case, they have junior outfielder and switch hitter Jake Marti as an option, and they haven't been afraid to mess around with those defensive positionings, sliding people all around the diamond, and you could see guys like Camden Gasser, young guy, being thrown out there. Dylan Stanton especially is a guy who's been getting more playing time lately, as well as Trevor Kalinsky, actually. Some of these guys that they might only have 10 at-bats on the year, but if you don't feel confident about Rogers out there in left, you can definitely go to one of those defensive specialists.
So Connor O'Halloran is staying out for the 8th. There is some activity in the bullpen. No one throwing hard. You'd figure with 91 pitches, this is probably going to be the last inning. And you would think with a 1-run lead, you'd like to have backup available so that O'Halloran doesn't have to work through any jams if he creates them. So we're set for the 8th inning. First pitch will be a off-speed pitch getting the outside corner to the leadoff hitter, Caden Connor. So the Titans will start their 4th time through the order here in the 8th. As O'Halloran's faced 6 over the minimum, but he's stranded them all. Here's the 0-1. Grounded through the hole on the first base side against the no doubles defense. And yet he makes the turn to second, and it's going to be a double. So they play the corners wide. They're trying to avoid the extra base hit. And it backfires there as the ball just gets to the right of Jack Van Remortel and gets far enough out before Clark Elliott can field it in right that it is a leadoff double, putting Michigan's 1-0 lead in a very dangerous position. They have not made any defensive substitutions here. We'll see if anything changes in the 9th if they still have the lead. But with the runner on second and no one out, it'll be Jackson Lyon. His last time up hit the hard liner to left that went over the head of Jordan Rogers, who they charged with an error. So Lyon is 0 for 3. Pitch, shows bunt, bunts it to the left side. Played by the third baseman, throw to first. Good bunt, 5-3 sacrifice. O'Halloran tried to get it but could not reach it. So Matt Fry will make the throw across to Jack Van Remortel. 1 away, but Connor will move up to third with 1 out.
That shows you how much respect the Titans coaching staff has for O'Halloran right now. Obviously, runner on second, no outs, and Jackson Lyon, probably your best hitter at the plate. You're thinking, let's see if we can get a rally going. Let's see if we can take the lead. But having Lyon with his .350 average, a little down these days, and .520 slugging percentage lay down that bunt, shows they need to get that run in. They're not taking any chances.
So Obertop will come out for a quick chat now. Runner on third, 1 out. Obviously, you don't have to worry about signs because you don't have the runner on second anymore. Still want to make sure they're on the same plan. So runner on third, 1 out. It'll be Zach Liu coming up. He's 1 for 3. Tying runners on third, 90 feet away. It does not look like they're going to play. The corners are in a little. Now, coach is going to go out to see who this is. I think it's the pitching coach. I don't think this is going to be a pitching change.
They're talking it over, and this is a key situation in the game. Obviously, 1 out, runner on third in a 1-run game. You'd hate to give you'd hate to give that run up, but you'd also hate to bring everyone too far in and allow a rally to start developing. So they're definitely going to talk over the strategy, or it could be a ploy to buy some time for the arms warming up in the bullpen.
I think that might be what it is. Can't tell. The runner from third is now heading over toward the Cal State Fullerton dugout, and it looks like it is going to be a pitching change. So, after 7 1/3, Connor O'Halloran's magnificent day is done.
And Chase Allen, the reliever from Littleton, Colorado, the 6'6" sophomore, is coming in relief. This guy's got a .425 ERA. He's got a team-best 1.08 whip. That's walks and hits per innings pitched, and 29 strikeouts in just over 29 innings. So I think this is a good substitution here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's as well as O'Halloran's pitched. You don't really want to make him go through this jam in such a critical spot here. Tying run is only 90 feet away. And obviously, only one out. It will be interesting to see. I would think you play the infield in this analytics era, but they could decide to potentially concede that tying run, at least up the middle, and make sure that this game stays tied, since they are at home, which obviously gives them the edge in a late tie game.
Obviously, bringing in a new look with Allen, bringing in a righty on this righty, Zach Liu, and righty Jason Brando coming up. Just playing the matchups a little bit. This guy's fresh. You trust this guy. You know he can limit base runners. That's his specialty. So they're just trusting him to clean it up, and I'm sure O'Halloran trusts Allen in this situation. This is the ultimate test of a teammate. Can he keep that run off the board? Because O'Halloran doesn't want that charge to him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the run is charged to O'Halloran, but it would go down as a blown save for Chase Allen if he cannot keep that guy off the bases, or not keep him from scoring, even though it's not his runner. Interesting to see if he does get through this, if they give him a chance at a 5-out save.
He's been able to go longer this year. They haven't been afraid to utilize him in that sort of long reliever position. Pitched 4 no-hit innings against Dayton on the 20th, and he went 5 in a start against Florida International on February 26th. Actually had 2 appearances against Iowa in the series last weekend. One was scoreless. One was a little bit of an implosion as he gave up 4 runs, but he's been one of their most reliable relievers.
Obviously, versatile pitchers, very valuable for the team. So it looks like they're going to play in halfway at the corners. The middle infield is back. And now they're going to come in. Really come in especially the third baseman. First pitch is taken low for a ball. So they are playing in. Now standing just past the grass, as I would have expected them to do with a man on third and 1 out, with that runner being the tying run. 1-0, fastball upstairs. It's 92 miles per hour, but the count's 2-0 now. Obviously, a walk not the worst thing in the world. Would set up a potential inning-ending double play. 2-0. Liner over the drawn-in infield, and the game is tied on a single left field. And there's the price of bringing the infield in. Had Matt Fry been in his normal third base position, he probably could have made the play on that chopper. Or not a chopper, but just a looper that went over. May have actually been a line out that would not have scored a run if he was in his normal position. Instead, it's a game-tying RBI single for Zach Liu. And here in the 8th, top of the 8th, we are now tied 1-1. Jason Brando will step into the box now. First pitch, fastball was missed down and in to him. He's 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts on the day, looking to avoid the hat trick. And that's going to send Jimmy Obertop out to the mound. Chat with Allen.
Obviously coming in a little hot here. Hasn't been able to lock down his zone in a stressful situation. But Obertop is definitely a calming presence. He knows what he's talking about, and he can get his pitchers in the line.
Titans have out-hit the Wolverines 8-3, but it's a 1-1 game. Counts 1-0 with 1 out, runner on first. Grounder up the middle. It's going to get through past the diving Ted Burton. Liu will hold at second, but the first 2 reach off Chase Allen. It's now the potential go-ahead run at second base, as the Titans have men on first and second here with 1 out. 105 off the bat. Sharp grounder. Ted Burton made a diving attempt to his right, but could not get there. And the DH, J.J. Cruz, will step in, now facing a right-hander, with a chance for his team to take the lead. First pitch. In the dirt, or it hits him. J.J. Cruz is hit by the breaking ball, and the bases are now loaded with still only 1 out.
And this is what you were worried about a little bit, taking O'Halloran out of the game. The bullpen has had this propensity to let teams walk all over them. Obviously, trusting Allen and what he's been able to do this year. They're going to have to talk it over. They're going to have to work their way out of this jam. The good news is, keeping the ball on the ground could lead to a double play here. And you know that the middle of this defense can roll it up like anyone out there.
This is the pitching coach out on the mound now. One guy, a left-hander, just started throwing in the Wolverines bullpen. But Chase Allen's going to need to try to work through this. Nowhere to put anyone now. The bases are loaded with one out in the top of the eighth. It's a tie game. Go-ahead run on at third. You have Zach Liu, the go-ahead runner. Jason Brando is at second. J.J. Cruz is at first after getting plunked. Cole Ehrman will be up at the plate. He is 1 for 3. Doubled back in the second inning. A ground out and line out since then. Just looking to get the ball deep into the air and likely give his team the lead. Biggest at bat of the game. Here's the first pitch. Fastball misses down, or maybe inside for a ball. It's a 1-0 count.
It was a good spot. It seems like the talk helped him a little bit on that first pitch.
1-0. Fastball misses low. Overtop thought it was a strike, held onto it. Not getting help from Perry Costello behind the plate. Very dangerous situation here. Count is 2-0. Pitch. Pop-up. Exactly what he needed. The shortstop is under it. Infield fly is called, even though he is out in the outfield. And Bertram will make the catch. That is a huge second out that will not allow Zach Liu to tag up and score. And there are now 2 outs with the bases still loaded.
Yeah, it was a smart game plan coming out there. Allen found his spots on those first 2 pitches, putting them in the strike zone. Borderline ball at the bottom of the zone, trying to induce that double play. But switching it up, going high, and getting him to pop it up, putting us in a much less stressful situation going against Nankill here.
So Nate Nankill controls his team's fate now. Bases loaded, 2 outs, goes off speed and gets the outside corner for a called strike. Counts 0-1. Nankill looking to drive in a pair with a base hit. Allen looking to get out of this with the game still tied. Allen is not allowed a runner of his own yet. He did allow the inherited runner to score. The count is 0-1. Delivery. Check swing attempt, and he did not hold up on a low off-speed pitch. Jeff Doy says he went at first.
That one coming in at just under 80 miles an hour, and you've seen him run that fastball up to about 93. So there is a big difference in speeds that you have to deal with when you're facing Chase Allen.
Has a relatively hard fastball consistently hitting in the low 90s. Time will be called. It's an 0-2 count. Allen a strike away from escaping this jam without allowing the Titans to take the lead. Big pitch coming up here. Count is 0-2 with the bases loaded in a tie game. From the stretch, Allen ready. He delivers. Pitch down and away, check swing appeal. He did not go this time, says Jeff Doy. Was able to hold up here. 1-2 count now. Nankill 2 for 3 on the day. 1-2 count. Pitch. Check swing, liner, soft liner to second base. Caught by Ted Burton, shifting back to his left, and the side is retired.
So it'll be a run up with that fastball, and he was not quite ready for it.
A run on 3 hits, no errors. The bases are left loaded. It is a 1-1 tie game here in the middle of the 8th.
Yeah, you like to see Chase Allen there. Maybe not work himself into that jam, but definitely get out of it. placing low, placing high, getting all he can out of both his fastball and his off-speed pitches. And you just like the short, repetitive, compact stride that he's got there, working out of the stretch. He seemed to settle in as he went through a couple batters and ended up holding them to just one run.
So Connor O'Halloran's line will end as 1 run allowed in 7 1/3. On 7 hits, 1 walk, struck out 4. On 94 pitches, 69 were thrown for strikes. Tyler Stoltz has thrown 90 pitches through 7 innings. He will return for the bottom of the 8th, so both starters working into the 8th inning. Likely be his last inning. The Wolverines, it'll be the bottom 3rd coming up. Matt Fry will lead off here, 0 for 1 with a walk.
I'd love to see the Wolverines put Stoltz out before the end of the inning, much like the Titans were able to do to O'Halloran. If they can get something going, get to the relief pitcher, they might have a better chance.
First pitch. Slider gets the inside 3rd for a called strike, and it's an 0-1 count. 7, 8, and 9 coming up for the Wolverines, looking to get production out of the bottom 3rd, which they have not done yet. It's the 0-1. Fly ball out to right. It's going far back, and it is gone! Over the head of Nate Nankiel for a go-ahead home run to right field here in the bottom of the 8th for Matt Fry. It'll be his 6th home run of the year, RBI number 23. And just like that, the Wolverines are back out in front 2-1.
Yeah, a beautiful swing. That off-speed pitch just hanging a little too far in the zone, and he jumped all over it.
108 miles per hour off the bat. And finally getting some results. First hit for the Wolverines outside of their first 3 hitters. And Jack Van Remortel will now step in. Wolverines now ahead 2-1 in the bottom of the 8th. No one on, no one out. No one is up in the Wolverines bullpen. So it'll be Chase Allen coming back onto the mound as the first pitch is an off-speed pitch taken away for a ball. It would be a win for Chase Allen if he recorded the final 3 outs of the 9th to secure a victory. No decision for Connor O'Halloran. 1-0. Fastball, 86 miles per hour, gets the outer 3rd. Called strike evens up the count at 1-1.
Like to see the senior do a little damage here. He's been seeing more starts lately, 16 on the season now. And he was excellent against Purdue Fort Wayne.
1-1, fouls the ball off his leg.
With a 2-for-4 line with an RBI and a double in that game. So if he can start rallying the bottom of the order before they turn it over to Clark, Elliott, and the boys at the top, this Wolverines team maybe go on a little run, maybe put this game a little further out of reach.
Counts 1-2. The Wolverines looking for insurance. 1-run lead, pitch. In the dirt for a ball. Count evens at 2-2. Oh for 2 on the day is Jack Van Remortel with a strikeout and ground out. Jordan Rogers on deck. He's also 0 for 2. 2-2 pitch. Rolled over, grounded to 3rd. Play made by Zach Liu. Throw across to 1st into dirt and not scooped cleanly. And it's going to be an E5. And Van Remortel will reach on what looked like a routine play. So the Wolverines have another base runner.
I think the hop there did not allow Zach Liu over at 3rd to get all his momentum going in the direction of first base. He kind of took a few steps towards it, had to stop, relied more on his arm than his legs while getting it over there, and it obviously didn't make the complete trip.
So throwing error charged to the 3rd baseman, Zach Liu. They're now going to be looking at Jack Van Remortel for a potential injury, it seems. I don't know why else they would have this conference. Each team now with 1 error. Michigan's been out hit 9-4, but leads 2-1. So Van Remortel will return back to first. Looks like the Perry Costello, the home plate umpire, may have made a mound visit signal. So maybe that was not an injury. It's just an offensive conference. In any event, Jordan Rogers stands in, showing bunt, throw over to first. Van Remortel dives back in. He does not have a stolen base.
Is that Van Remortel wearing a club over there? Just a little protection for his wrist?
Looks like it.
So I guess it was maybe the first base coach didn't have all his equipment there, so they had to call him back in just for his safety there. Don't want to re-injure that wrist.
Jordan Rogers showing bunt before the pitch. He'll lay it down, back out to the mound, and the pitcher will just take the play to first, hard throw over to the second baseman, Jack Haley, covering. So it'll be a 1-4 sacrifice. Rogers gets his job done. Van Remortel advances to second. Wolverines have a runner in scoring position with 1 out, and the lineup turns back over. Clark Elliott will step in. 1 for 3 on the day. He does have a pair of strikeouts. Lefty-lefty matchup here as Michigan looking for a desperately needed insurance run with the liability that is their bullpen.
And Clark Elliott is the guy to do it. We're talking about a guy who came up 3 for 4 against Texas Tech, 7 for 18 over the series against FIU and FAU. He's a guy, as he takes inside there, who the Wolverines rely on no matter what. They want him in the situation in these late innings with runners on. Despite him being at the top of the order, he's in there to drive runs in.
So it's a 1-0 count. 342 average for Clark Elliott. Certainly could use an improvement in that in this at-bat. 1-0. Pop up into shallow left. In foul territory, it's going to head over into the Wolverines bullpen. Aggressive pursuit by the third baseman, Zach Liu, who just made the throwing error, crashes into the wall, but did not have a play on that as it went over the wall. So Elliott will come back to the plate. The count is now 1-1. Runner on second, 1 out. Wolverines lead 2-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Runner in scoring position. Chance to drive in a run with a hit, at the very least advance him to third with still less than 2 outs. So Elliott's ready. Stoltz from the stretch. Deals. Fouled back. Over off to the left side, well over the net. So Elliott falls behind 1-2. Joe Stewart on deck. He'll have a scoring chance if Elliott does not capitalize. Stewart tripled and scored the first run of the game back in the 6th inning. So counts 1-2. Pitch. Line foul down the first base side. Elliott out in front of the breaking ball. Count remains 1-2.
Not by as much as he was in his last at-bat, though. If you remember last time up, he pulled a fastball down the line like that, and Stoltz made him pay with a couple of breaking balls on the outside corner. So this time, he's making sure to take a balanced approach against Stoltz.
So the count's 1-2. Pitch comes. Grounder to the second baseman. Throw to first. Elliott's retired 4-3 on the play from Jack Haley. That'll advance Jack Van Remortel to third, but there are 2 outs now, as Joe Stewart will step into the plate. At least if they choose to face him.
You bring up a good point. Nobody wants to face Joe Stewart right now, and they're going to talk it over, at the very least.
Ted Burton is on deck. Joe Stewart is the better hitter between the two, so wouldn't be surprised to see them take their chances with the second baseman instead and issue the intentional free pass. First mound visit to the game here for the Titans. Their starter's still out there. It's allowed 2 runs in 7 2/3. Any runs this inning would be unearned, as the inning would be over if not for the throwing error by Zach Liu on the Jack Van Remortel ground ball. And I think this is going to be a pitching change. So that'll do it for Tyler Stoltz. He will not pitch a complete game. Had he gotten the last out of the 8th and the Titans not come back, it would have been a complete game loss for him in 8 innings. Instead, his day is done. And it'll be the right-hander Michael Weisberg who will come in to face either Joe Stewart or Ted Burton. We're in the bottom of the 8th here. 2-1 Wolverines lead. Pitching change with 2 outs for Cal State Fullerton.
So yeah, Weisberg is a guy who has a lot of experience late in the game. 6 saves as a freshman in 2019, and finally getting back into the game here after a tough sophomore year, where he finished with a 6.03 ERA.
So Weisberg looking to escape without any additional damage here. Wolverines have the 1-run lead. Looking for more. We've noted their bullpen struggles. Obviously, Chase Allen came in a tough spot, tying run on 3rd, 1 out. Could not keep that runner from scoring and loaded the bases himself, but then got out of it. So anything additional they could get would be very beneficial for them.
Be interested to see. Doesn't look to be action in the Wolverines bullpen. So Chase Allen probably on his way back out to complete the save.
I expect that they probably in the 9th inning might get someone loose in case they need someone, but intent on Allen starting the 9th, nothing would change that plan.
And the Wolverines do have some options at the back end of that bullpen, including Willie Weiss, former freshman All-American and All-Big Ten third-teamer, who had a 2.97 and a 2.63 ERA over his first 2 seasons. He has a 7.36 ERA this year coming out of the pen, but still the number 19 ranked draft prospect in the Big Ten Conference.
And I think that kind of speaks to the issues of Wolverines bullpen, that someone can be highly ranked even with such subpar numbers, which means their pen just has not performed this year.
Definitely has something to do with control for Weiss, who has hit 5 batters and made 5 wild pitches in just 9 appearances.
So it looks like they are going to face Joe Stewart rather than walking him. So he will step in with Van Remortel at 3rd and 2 outs. 2-1 game, bottom of the 8th. Wolverines out in front, 3 outs away from a victory. First pitch. Soft liner out to the first baseman. It'll be caught by Connor, shading back a little. So 1 pitch for the reliever will retire him. So it'll be on the inning, a run, a hit, an error, 1 left on. Wolverines lead 2-1, heading into the 9th.
Yeah, I think that was a good decision there to bring in the relief pitcher. A very violent motion that you see there from Weisberg. And definitely Stewart, after getting used to Stoltz over his last few at-bats, just changing it up can be a big factor there. You saw that Stewart looking a little uncomfortable and making the weakest contact that he's had all day.
So Stoltz's day is done at 7 2/3 innings. He gave up 2 runs, 4 hits and a walk. He struck out 6. So both starting pitchers entering but not finishing the 8th. And you had said going into the bottom of the 8th, Wolverines would look to knock Stoltz out in that inning. They succeeded.
Obviously a huge swing off the bat of Matt Fry. Completely changes the complexion of this game from one where, each team has scored 1 run through 8 innings to one where Michigan has the chance to close it out here.
So for the Titans in the top of the 9th, it'll be their 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up. Wolverines softball team beat Penn State 8-0 in 5 innings, so that field across the outfield fence has been empty for a while now. The baseball team 3 outs away from securing a pair of victories on the diamond here in Ann Arbor. But they'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. for the second game of this 3-game set. They hold on here. Tomorrow will be a chance to win the series. So JT Naviak will step in. Singled, walked, and grounded out. 1 for 2 game. First pitch from Allen. Shows bunt, takes up high for a ball. 86 on the fastball. The 1-0. 87 miles per hour. That misses inside. Already running into a bit of trouble. 2-0. See if he can recover here. 2-0 pitch. Misses outside. It's a 3-0 count. Last thing that the Wolverines wanted to see here. Starting the 9th with a 1-run lead.
Especially against a guy like Naviak, who's only taken 3 walks all year.
3-0. Takes, called strike at the knees. So Allen will get back into the count a little. It's now 3-1. Pitch. Grounder the other way to the second baseman. Burton has it. Makes the short throw to first, and they'll get him. So Allen comes back from the 3-0 count to induce a ground ball and get the first out here in the top of the 9th.
Good job staying in the bottom of the zone there on those 2 pitches. Coming back from that 3-0 count and making him swing the bat. You really couldn't afford to let Naviak on base there.
First pitch to Haley, misses up and in. Hits 90 on the radar gun there, but it'll be a ball and a 1-0 count to the 9-hitter. The 1-0 will be a changeup at 77 that dips into the strike zone. The count is now even at 1-1. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses up and away. Check swing for a ball. Counts 2-1. Wolverines up 1 in the top of the 9th. Pitch. Big swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Count evens up at 2-2. Swinging for the fences there, trying to tie the game. 2-2 pitch. Lined into short left. It's going to fall between the shortstop and left fielder. So the 9-hitter is on. His second hit of the game. 2 for 4 day for Haley. Lineup will turn over, and Caden Connor will step in with the tying run on first and 1 away. Connor is 1 for 4, but his hit was a double to lead off the 8th before he then scored the only run of the game for the Titans, which at the time tied the game, before the Wolverines retook the lead on a Matt Fry homer in the bottom half of the inning. Man on first, 1 out. First pitch to the leadoff hitter. Fastball. Misses low for a ball. Counts 1-0. 272 average for Connor. He only has 1 stolen base, so not the normal speed you would see out of the leadoff guy. Jack Haley on first. He's 2 for 3 stealing. 1-0. Fly ball out to center, but it'll be playable as Stewart has to back up a little, but makes the catch. There's 2 outs now here in the top of the 9th.
Good piece of pitching by Chase Allen, inducing that fly ball. He's definitely not putting it in harm's way right now. He's refusing to give in, put it over the middle of the plate where the guys can absolutely rip it. You saw a little weak contact line drive for the single, and you saw that where it was well hit, but not going to change the game with 1 swing. Allen is strictly avoiding that.
So they're going to bring in a pinch hitter here. Jackson Lyon will not hit. They're going to bring in the left-handed hitter Carter White to face the right-handed Chase Allen. So playing matchups here on the offensive side. Down to their last out are the Titans. Runner on first, 2 outs. They're trailed by 1. First pitch. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup for strike 1. .273 average on the year for White. He does not have a home run, only 1 RBI. Titans just looking for him to get on. Keep the chain moving if nothing else. 0-1 pitch. Gets the inside corner on a called strike. Generous call there, but Allen will take it, and the count is 0-2. Titans down to their final strike. .0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Grounder pulled foul. Gets out in front of the off-speed pitch again. So 3 straight off-speed pitches from Chase Allen here to the pinch hitter. Count remains 0-2.
He's still not giving in. He's not going to give White what he wants to see. And obviously it's got him out in front here in a position where he can make any pitch he wants.
0-2 again. Liner over the head of the second baseman, Ted Burton, into right field. So the game goes on. Pinch hit single there for Carter White with 2 outs. He is on first. That'll advance Jack Haley to second. And the tying run is in scoring position with 2 outs. No one is throwing in the Wolverines bullpen, so this game's going to come down to Chase Allen. Someone looks like they might be getting up right now.
Really clutch piece of hitting there from Carter White. Obviously in that 0-2 hole, but still managing to keep his swing true.
First pitch to Zach Liu. Off-speed pitch dips into the strike zone. Taken, count 0-1. Zach Liu 2 for 4. Drove in the tying run in the 8th inning. He is grounded out twice. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. So he finally throws a fastball. He's not close. Obviously better to miss out of the zone than in the zone. The count's now 1-1. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Burton close behind the bag at second. Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses away, not caught cleanly by Obertop. But he keeps it in front of him. And now the count is 2-1, and he'll head out to have a chat with Chase Allen, who is laboring for the second straight inning. But still, if he can get another out, can secure a much-needed Wolverines victory. So 2-1 count. Obertop back in the box behind the plate. Pitch from Allen. Off speed, misses down and away. Counts 3-1.
Obviously not the best position to be in here. Although if you're Zach Liu, you really don't want to mess up on an errant swing on a ball that's going to get you on base. So you should be playing a little conservatively here.
There's a base open at third. 3-1. Fastball misses in and the bases are loaded. So it looks like Cal State Fullerton down to their last strike with a runner on first. Now the bases are loaded.
And number 30, Jason Brando, coming up to the plate.
1 for 4 day for him. He has struck out twice. Chase Allen will stay in. The game is on him right now. Either the Wolverines will win or surrender their lead. First pitch, liner out to right. And it will be caught by Clark Elliott in right as he shades back a little, but the Wolverines hold on. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. The bases are left loaded for the second straight inning. It is a 2-1 victory for the Michigan Wolverines here in the first of 3.
Yeah, a very stressful way to close out the game. Loading the bases in both the top of the 8th and the top of the 9th inning. Took a fortunate placement of that swing to secure the Wolverines' win. But whatever way you can do it, you got to do it right now, especially having come in lost 4 or 5.
So Chase Allen will get the win, going an inning and 2/3. He allowed 4 hits, did not allow a runner of his own, walked 1, did not strike anyone out. No decision for Connor O'Halloran, who allowed 1 run and 7 1/3. Tyler Stoltz will take the tough luck loss, allowing 2 runs and 7 2/3. Time of the game, a crisp 2 hours, 17 minutes. The Game 2 of this 3-game series will be right here on WCBN Sports 2 at 2 p.m. tomorrow. For now, that's all we have. The Wolverines are victorious. For Coley Hoving, I'm Zachary Linder. Thank you for listening to this broadcast. Have a good rest of your night, and go Blue.